it's Tammy from Frou-frou Studio, and we're back for another episode of I Saw It on Pinterest, and I believe we are on week 25. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoy this make. Today we are going to tackle, this is something that I found on Pinterest that was by Sugar Lump Studios, and it was about 12 years ago that she posted this. And it's actually like a hanging tapestry kind of thing, collage. But I am going to turn it into a panel that can be used for a journal cover. So like a journal topper. So that's what we're going to do. And of course, you know, I'm going to take the things that I like out of this, and then I'm going to kind of adapt it to, you know, what I want my piece to look like. And I'm sorry for the quality of the print. I don't know what's going on with my printer today, but this is actually supposed to be a piece of denim back there, and I don't know why it printed out such a funky color. And it could be because I just did a screenshot and I didn't actually you know, save the picture. I just did a quick screenshot so I could use it for reference. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to mount my back piece on just a piece of cardstock, just to give it some stability, so it can be moved around and it can be placed in our journal or whatever. In this photo, it looks like she has used some kind of blended linen or some kind of woven fabric on the back. I'm going to use this piece of fabric that has the dark navy and kind of a beigey color. And if you, I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but it is actually manufactured to be grungy looking. It has kind of a, like it's been coffee stained. And I can't remember where I got this. I've had it quite a while. But probably, I mean, I would think maybe, possibly, it was either Joann's or Hobby Lobby, because I can't really think of anywhere else that I buy fabric from. Whether it's still available now or not, I have no clue, because like I said, I've had it for a while. So I'm going to take my 3-in-1 glue, and I'm just going to mount it down to this cardstock and then cut around it so that we have a nice sturdy background to work on. Let me tell you guys, I filled up my glue bottle before I started this video because I prefer to work with this little bottle, and I buy the big bottles, you know, the bigger size bottles, but I always keep this little bottle, and that's what I fill up by. And so I took the lid off, you know, and was filling up from my big bottle, and I was paying real careful attention to make sure that, you know, I was getting it in the hole and not gonna overfill it and all that kind of good stuff. In the meantime, I'm holding the lid, my big bottle, upside down, and it is leaking glue all over my glass mat. So that was the way my day in the craft room started. I'm just not paying attention. I was more worried about me overflowing the bottle than I was what I was doing with my lid. So anyway, that's how it goes sometimes. And there we go, that's that glued down. I'll raise that up and see these little grungy spots. Those are actually manufactured in the fabric already, so that's kind of cool. All right, now I'm going to, I want to tear, I'm going to try to tear this with my tear ruler, because I want to keep my frayed edges, and I don't care that a little bit of the paper sticks out. We'll just ink it up. I've actually, her piece is all fabric, of course, and I've actually substituted some paper pieces into mine because we are, after all, paper crafters, and so I wanted to make sure and include some paper. All right, so I'm good with that, and what I'll do is I'll just ink around the edges. Oops, see, it's one of those days. And I'm using Vintage Photo. Now, as we go through, I was really good this time, and I wrote down all of the Etsy stores for the products that I'm going to be using. So, listen for those, and I'll be sure to list them for you. Just kind of blend those in a little bit. Okay, so there, I missed that whole edge there. I don't know how I do that because I feel like I get glue all over everything, including me, and then I end up missing something. Oh, well. Okay, so the next piece we're going to put down is a piece of denim, and this is just as, you know, I picked up a pair of little child's denim jeans at the thrift store. You can get those for fairly cheap, and it gives you quite a bit of denim. So if you're looking for some for journaling, to me that has been the easiest thing to do. And if you get double lucky and find denim overalls, then you can cut the straps off and use the little straps to make those belly bands that I was making. Which turned out really cute. Okay, so we're going to put this down now. Okay, and then the next piece that I'm going to use, this is a piece of old quilt batting from my cutter quilt, and I stamped on it. I used archival ink in coffee and just a script stamp that I had that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's a big one. It's about this big, and it's on a wooden block. And so that is what I'm going to use, or put down next. But we have to put this little piece of lace. My little pieces of lace that I'm using are from a bundle that I bought from Mary Not Martha on Etsy. It's the name of her shop. It's capital M Mary, capital N Not, capital M Martha. And she has quite a few little lace bundles. And I haven't been able to find any vintage lace locally lately. So I was happy to find her little shop, because I don't buy a lot, because I don't use it a lot, but I like to have some little pieces to do projects like this. Okay, so I'm going to put the lace piece down first. And it's just going to go right there. And then I have this little piece, and it's going to go, she has it up under that, but I don't like that. So I'm going to put it on top. So if I put it on top, then I just realized that I have messed up. I'm going to pull this up down here just a little bit for a minute, because I have a piece that needs to go down there. Okay. So if I'm going to glue that on top, then I want this piece down next. Glue strings. Okay, down at the bottom, I need to put, I'm going to use a paper ruffle so I can get some glue strings, drive me crazy. Get some paper into our piece. And this paper ruffle I got off Etsy from Willow Lily. And it's all small letters, Willow Lily. I'm gonna crunch it up just a little bit on the edges. And I know most of you guys can probably make this, but you know by now my hatred for sewing. So it's worth it to me to buy it. It's real. The struggle is real when it comes to me and sewing. I just hate it. I can do it. I just hate it. Okay, am I doing this correctly? Yes, I am. And I'm glad I didn't glue that all the way down, because I need to put something there too. Okay, so we're going to put this here. Like so. And then we're going to put know, there again, I may want that on top. I think I do. See what it looks like. It's a good thing about using 3-in-1 glue. It stays wet for a little bit. So you can kind of fiddle around with it. No, actually, I think I do want that one underneath. But I do want it upside with the right side on there. Okay. So far, so good. All right, now we're going to put this piece up here at the top, kind of like a crown. Okay, now we're going to put our young lady on here, and this is a from Taylor Made Journals, and it's in her kit. I think it's called Vintage Photos or something like that. And I did the blue, and I did that with just my blue pastel pencil, and you know, I picked a shade that was as close to the denim, and I just put along her collar, and then I put some in the background here so that it would pop when we put it on the against the denim and the blue of the fabric. Ink the edges, and I'm going to raise it up a little bit. I need to get some of these. I'm about out. We're gonna grill hamburgers today, and I'm so excited. Isn't that terrible when you get excited about having a hamburger? I've not had one in a while, though. I just love a hamburger cooked on the grill. It's actually decent here today. The humidity has broken, and it's only going to be like 80-something degrees here today. Which I'm filming this ahead, by the way. It's Sunday here. It's not actually Tuesday. But on Tuesday, when this will be showing, it is supposed to be 96 degrees. And on Wednesday, it's supposed to be 97. So we've got it coming. All last week was miserable as well. Thank you for being patient with me while I peel this off the back of here. Oops, that one I already did that one. Okay, so she's gonna go right in the center. Like that. Cute. All right, get my mess out of the way. Now, this inspiration photo shows some kind of funky little thing here. Looks like it could be like a yo-yo, maybe. I don't know how she did that. But anyway, I made a paper flower out of my scallop punch and some vintage music paper, and that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to glue that in the center. Crinkle it up a little bit. And I just put a little piece of lace in the center of it. But it's I believe it's an 1.5 inches. It could be, let me grab my ruler. Yeah, 1.5 inches. Just the scallop punch. You know, it makes a scallop circle. Okay, and then she has a book corner in each corner of her picture, and I have these that I'm going to use. And these I got at Joann's. They're actually supposed to be buttons or some kind of embellishment that you sew onto something, maybe a purse. But they're made out of plastic, so they're really light. So they're really good, I think, for journals. But see, they have the 2 little buttonholes, so you can actually sew them on. Ooh, did you see that? I want to drop it on my picture. Sorry if I'm getting my head in the way. I just want to make sure I get that on there straight. I'm going to have to clamp that for a minute. This little flower, because it keeps moving. Let's put a little clamp on that just for a minute and get it smushed down a little bit. Okay, and then the last thing that I'm going to do, the inspiration picture, she has buttons everywhere. She put 2 here, 1 there, 1 there, and I'm not going to do that because I think that's just with the corners and everything else going on, I just think that's overkill. So I found this little kind of nautical little button, and I'm just going to put it just to bring in another gold element. And I'm going to put it, I think, right here at this corner. Maybe right about there. And then I'm going to call it quits. So while that is clamped, I'm going to get my needle and thread out here. Put the top on my glue. And you can see this is kind of curling up a little bit. And that's just because everything's still wet. You know, you got the Fabri-Tac holding all the fabric down and everything else. And so I got a string problem in there that I need to fix, obviously. So once everything is dry, you'll be able to flatten that out and it'll be just fine. Okay, now, yeah, that's much better. And I think I did about 6 layers of this. And, you know, you can crumple them up and do however you like. Okay, let's see. I was looking for one. I was hoping I had one with an anchor on it, but I didn't. But I think this is pretty good. And I really should have sewn this on before I glued it, but I didn't. Okay, which way is my shank going here? I can't even tell which way that button's supposed to go. Some days my eyes just do not work well. Okay, so I think I want my shank to go that way. And actually, I'm going to sew it through the back. I wasn't going to, but it's not going to matter because the back is going to be glued down anyway. So let's do that. I think that'll make it easier on me. Maybe. Maybe. See if I can get that down in. If I can get it kind of down in one of the holes of that lace, it won't stick up as much. I usually don't use buttons with a shank. Ow! Did you see that? Just one of the reasons I hate sewing. Just kidding. I don't have the patience for the accuracy. Is my problem with sewing. Doesn't have a thing to do with the actual sewing itself. Oh, that was good. Let's try that again. Oh, are you kidding? See, I've bad-mouthed it, and look what's happened. That's what happens. That's what I get. That's what I get. Okay, that's a pretty pitiful job, but it'll work in a pinch. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a piece of tape over that so that when we go to glue it down on the front of the journal or wherever, it's just a little bit more secure. Okay. So there's our piece. I love it. I love the way it came out. I may have to do some more on the denim. I just love working with denim. I think the color is such a great color. And it just makes everything look so pretty. So, there's our piece. And like I said, sorry for the funky printing there. But I think it turned out really well. What do you guys think? Let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And hit the little bell to get notifications for future videos. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much. And be sure, if you like this video, to give it a big thumbs up. That really helps me on YouTube. Until next time, everybody stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll see ya. Bye.